Yo, what's going on guys? Evan Tanaka here, back with another video. In today's video, we have another episode of the series where I rate and improve your guys' teams. You guys send me your team on Twitter at EvanTanaka1010, and I'll give you guys a rating 1 through 10. Could be a 7, an 8, a 9, or a 10. And then I'll give you guys my best suggestions for your squad of who I think you guys should add to your teams, and then who I think you guys should get rid of on your squads. So if you guys want to be featured in the next I Rate Your Teams video, send me your team on Twitter at EvanTanaka1010. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. First team here comes in from KJ. He's got a pretty good squad and he's got 1.1 million MT and he's going for Josh Giddey. Looking at his squad here, the guys I like, Draymond's really good. I think Jonathan Isaac's pretty good. Sigma, D-Rob. I think overall this is a pretty good squad. I'm gonna say an 8 out of 10 team. My two suggestions would be Ray Allen, I think needs to go. A guy like Kazi Russell or a guy like Dr. J, when you have 1.1 million MT, are going to be great value shooting guards. So what I would do is move Rocco to the bench and then pick up a guy like Dr. J for the starting shooting guard position. I do like Rocco a lot. I just feel like your bench with Denny, Rocco, Jonathan Isaac, there's really not that much offense. So in my opinion, I would get rid of Denny and I would get a guy like Derrick Rose, a guy like Dwayne Wade. Just get yourself an offensive point guard off the bench, the two run with Rocco and Jonathan Isaac, so they can kind of carry the offense off the bench. But other than that, I like the dynamic duo between Hakeem and Ralph Sampson. Like I said, I like D-Rob and Jack Sigma as the backup 4 and the backup 5. My suggestions would be get Dr. J at the starting 2 and then get a guy like Derrick Rose or Dwayne Wade for the backup point guard position, or you could start them over D'Lo and then have D'Lo come off the bench. Next team is going to come in from Crash. He's got 200k MT and he is on next gen. He's saying Melo is unauctionable and open to any suggestions. He's got Luka and Yao, which is obviously really good on next. Got guys like Dr. J, Draymond, Bob, Nedelecki. The starting lineup overall is very good, and I do think the bench is pretty solid as well. I'm gonna say for this team a 9 out of 10. Very good overall squad. Don't really have any suggestions, to be honest, other than maybe get a guy like Blake over Dino Raja. I think Dino's really good, but I think Blake is just that much better. And like I said, other than that, really no suggestions. So I would sell Dino for around 40 to 45,000 MT, and then I would go ahead and pick up Blake Griffin for around 200 to 250,000 MT. My only suggestion would be just get Blake Griffin for Dino Raja. I think that will make your team a little bit better, but thank you for sending your team, and on to the next one. Next team is going to come in here from Pac. He says team right now and Larry Bird is about to sell, so he'll have around 120,000 MT. He's also got Luka Doncic, he's got Jimmy Butler, Draymond, Blake, like I said, and then Kristaps Porzingis, which is obviously really good. Starting lineup is a really good starting lineup. Bench, it's a little bit worse. It's still a decent bench, nothing, incredible though. Giannis is still Giannis. He's still going to play great defense, and his name's still Giannis, so he's still going to play really good in game. I just feel like your bench is a little bit weaker. So overall, I'm going to go 8.5 out of 10. My suggestions would be replace Rocco and replace a guy like Giannis. With 120k, you do have enough to afford Dr. J and a guy like Jermaine O'Neal. If you get Jermaine O'Neal, he's better than Giannis. And then if you get a guy like Dr. J for around 75,000 MT, he will be much better than a guy like Rocco. And once you do that, this team is easily a 9 out of 10. Just two guys I think you need to upgrade. Next team here comes in from Can't Guard Him, and he's got 820k on current gen. He's got Josh Giddey, Luka Doncic, Draymond, Bob Nedelecki, and Kristaps. I'm surprised you have Michael Jordan coming off the bench. I would probably replace that with Luka. So I'd move Michael Jordan and then I'd move Michael Jordan and Cedric up to the starting lineup. I think that's the best point guard in the game on current gen and the best shooting guard on the game on current gen. So what I would do is move Cedric and Jordan to the 1 and 2 and then have Josh Giddey and Luka coming off the bench. But other than that, man, this squad is really good. I'm gonna say 9.5 out of 10. You got Jordan, you got Cedric, Luka, Giddey, Draymond, Nedelecki, KP. This team is very good. And other than that, I don't really have any suggestions and other than moving Michael Jordan to the starting point guard and Cedric Maxwell to the starting shooting guard. Next team here comes in from Tyson. He says he's got 370,000 MT, but he's only willing to spend around 200,000. He runs the Hawks 2018 freelance and he runs through Kazi and Rose, so willing to sell anyone besides them. Might go for Josh Giddey, but not sure if he's worth it. Who says he does not want to sell Kazi Russell and Derrick Rose. And I do agree with that. I think both those guys are very good, especially at their own position. Overall, team's pretty solid. I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. With 200,000 MT, you can definitely make some suggestions, or definitely can make some upgrades for this squad. We're not going to get rid of D-Raid and Rose. I think your point guards are good. Shooting guards, what I would do is probably get rid of Kawhi. You can get 20 to 25,000 MT back for him and move Rocco to the 3. I think Rocco is just as good as that Kawhi Leonard. And then for the backup shooting guard position, I know I've recommended him for every single team, but that's how good Dr. J is. For only 75,000 MT, maybe 80,000 MT at most, is super good value for a guy like Dr. J. And then you can either have him coming off the bench beside Derrick Rose, or you can move him ahead of Cazzie Russell and then have Cazzie Russell coming off the bench. You say you run your offense through Cazzie, so probably keep Cazzie on the starting lineup and then have Dr. J coming off the bench with Rose and Rocco. And then I like Jack Sigma, I like Josh Smith, I like Rick Smith as well. I would just improve the backup center position and get a guy like Hakeem, NBA 75 version, that's only around 25,000 MT. Or if you want to spend a little bit more MT, go ahead, spend 75k on a signed D-Rob, who's going to be much better than this Pink Diamond Porzingis. Just a quick recap, I would move Rocco to the backup 3, sell Kawhi Leonard, get 20,000 MT. I would pick up Dr. J for the backup shooting guard position, and then for the backup center, I would sell Kristaps, maybe get around 10,000 MT, and then go ahead and pick up NBA 75 Hakeem, or pick up signed David Robinson. Next team here comes in from Swish. He says he's on current gen and has 440,000 MT. He's got Magic Johnson, Josh Giddey, Larry Bird, Jack Sigma, and Kristaps. And then off the bench, he's got D Rose, RJ Barrett, Draymond Green, Jermaine O'Neal, and David Robinson. Overall, not a bad team at all. I'm gonna say 8.5 out of 10. My biggest suggestion is you got to decide, who do you like between Magic Johnson, Josh Giddey, and Derrick Rose. I would pick 2 point guards out of those 3 and then have those just be your 2 point guards. Not really the biggest fan of having Magic and Josh Giddey on the same line. I feel like you need to have one on each line, or have, you know, Magic starting and then D Rose off the bench and then get rid of Josh Giddey. What I personally would do is sell Magic Johnson, move Josh Giddey to the starting 1, and then have Derrick Rose as the backup point guard. For your shooting guards, I know I'm going to suggest him again, but Dr. J for 80,000 MT is probably the best. Probably the best value card in the game, or at least the best value shooting guard in the game. What I would do is pick up Dr. J for the starting 2, have my point guards be Josh Giddey and Derrick Rose, and then you're also going to get like 250,000 MT back for Magic Johnson. I like RJ Barrett off the bench. I think he's good enough to play for this team. I like Larry Bird, I like Draymond, I like Sigma, I like Jermaine O'Neal, and I like Kristaps, and I like David Robinson. So my only suggestion really is just pick between the 3 point guards, pick 2 of those guys, and then pick up Dr. J for the shooting guard position. But that's going to do it for this episode of this series where I rate and improve your guys' team. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. Like I said, if you want to be featured in the next video, send me your team on Twitter at EvansonAka1010, and you could be featured in the next I rate and improve your guys' teams. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.